When I first started learning about the Dhamma, to be honest, I was just going through the motions. I followed every instruction, chanting, meditating, doing good deeds, but I had no idea why I was doing any of it. I thought if I did good, I'd get good results. I wanted people to praise me, or I wanted a better life. But I didn't realize that this kind of wanting was actually making my mind more restless and confused, not calmer. At the beginning of my meditation practice, my mind was all over the place. No matter how hard I tried to focus, thoughts just kept flooding in. I kept switching techniques, thinking maybe this method wasn't right for me. Eventually, I did find one that helped settle my mind. I started feeling light, peaceful, and happy, even after the meditation ended. But I still didn't understand that those nice feelings were also just temporary states, also part of mental fabrication, still tied to craving and attachment. A big trap for beginners is wanting the mind to calm down. When it doesn't, they get frustrated. Then they try to force the mind to be still, and the more they force it, the more agitated they get. It turns into irritation, then into anger, and all that just adds more mental noise. So instead of getting calm, you end up adding more layers of stress. Another common obstacle for me was sleepiness. Every time I started chanting, I'd start yawning, even to the point of tears. I thought, oh, my body must need rest. So I'd take a break. And before I knew it, I was putting it off more and more. But later, I realized that the sleepiness wasn't real. It was my mind tricking me. Once I saw through it and pushed through by chanting and meditating more, the drowsiness just faded away. Back then, I had so many questions about Dhamma. I asked people, read books, listened to Dhamma talks, but no answer ever really satisfied me. The more I thought, the more confused I got. Then I realized my knowledge was just stuff I'd memorized, not knowledge from experience. When I finally stopped chasing answers and just started observing and practicing with the right mindset, things began to click. My mind started answering itself. One example, I used to hold grudges for years. I'd carry anger around without even realizing it was eating me up inside. But after practicing and understanding Dharma more, I saw that when someone speaks out of anger, it's their own defilements flaring up. And if I had mindfulness, I didn't have to take on that heat. The mind, by nature, is peaceful. So if we're mindful, we don't absorb other people's negativity. We can just let it pass. Aside from restlessness, sleepiness, and doubt, there are more hidden traps in the mind. One, central desire, craving nice sights, sounds, tastes, smells, and touches, like seeing a new bag or a sale sign and instantly wanting it. Two, ill will, that starts small, like being annoyed, but can grow into real hatred. Three, doubt about the Buddha, the Dhamma, karma. These doubts make you hesitate and hold back in practice. These things don't always show up clearly. You have to develop mindfulness, a stable awareness, to see when defilements are creeping in. Without mindfulness, you don't even know what's blocking your path. The mind is amazing. The more you study it, the more you see how it shapes everything in your life. It can lift you up or drag you down. Even in worldly matters, say you work in government. If your mind is driven by greed or dishonesty, it'll lead to problems and even your downfall. Defilements in the mind cause real-world consequences. So the key is to keep practicing, not with craving for results, but with steady effort and awareness. When insight arises, just observe it. Don't chase it or get attached to it. Let the mind gradually grow strong enough to see clearly and let go. And yes, we can learn from scriptures, from good teachers, from books. That helps. But ultimately, progress comes when you combine that knowledge with your own direct experience. Practice, reflect, and when questions come up, use your own mindfulness to answer them. In the end, the biggest thing standing in the way of progress is usually our own mind.